So I'm going to show you how to draw your cityscape, and I'm using a scrap paper. Sorry, this is an envelope, so just ignore that. But I'm going to use the scrap paper just to kind of show you some things you can do. So I'm looking at Main Street, USA, which is in Magic Kingdom in Disney, and it looks like there's a row of buildings along the sidewalk, but you're not looking at it from a straight across view. So say you were looking at it straight across, the top and the bottom would be parallel, and then you might have different roof lines within that. So you could have, some that are higher up, some that are just different shapes, whatever it is. But then sometimes you're at an angle, so that means you're like kind of turning, facing a certain way, and so they're not going to then be parallel. You're going to have something that uses what's called a vanishing point, and this is called perspective. This is 1 point perspective. So it's going to look like your buildings lead into this point. Now I'm not going to have this line going into like a little dot, not for this. I'm going to end it here. So I don't want to have that little point. Okay. I'm not going to even have my paper go all the way there. I'm going to kind of stop my drawing maybe here. And I'm just drawing that line for you guys to see. Okay, so just pretend this is off my paper. So you kind of want your buildings to be almost like a trapezoid at an angle. Because as you get closer to the building, it gets bigger because things that are closer to you are bigger, and then things get smaller as they're further away. You know what? This line of the sidewalk cannot be going up and down. It actually has to go horizontal, like this. See how that immediately changes the direction of this plane? So the line has to be like almost straight across. See how this looks a little bit off? Because my line wasn't straight across enough. So these need to be more almost parallel to the bottom edge of your paper. So this is my first building that I can design. And since this is just a sketch, you don't have to be like too detailed about it. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add more details to the front of the building, still using that vanishing point, that little dot that I put on the side of the paper, to help me line up things that are going across the front of the building, like the bottom of the windows or an awning. Those things that go across the building kind of lead toward the vanishing point, and then all the other lines are totally up and down. I also added in a trolley, and the trolley is also leading to the vanishing point. So any lines that go across, like the top and the bottom, those go to the vanishing point. I hadn't planned on making such an elaborate drawing on that envelope, so what I did is I covered up that text that was printed on there and I made a photocopy of it. So you can see that I Sharpied and erased and then made my photocopy, and now I am doing the coloring portion. You can do any colors you want, but since these city scenes have so many details, try to use different colors in every section so that you can see the differences between different things. So today you're just doing your sketch just to practice how to draw the city scene, but if it comes out really good and you want to use it, then totally go ahead and use it. Otherwise, today is just your practice so that when you get started on your actual project, it actually comes up next Friday. So you have a little bit of time between now and then, but once it comes up, you'll know exactly what to do for your drawing, or you'll at least have had a little bit of practice. Good luck!